First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash, and the Marcel's Great Millstone, While Lunch is Truth, and also to the overlet that's scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom, and come back here today with another great and powerful lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So the type of day lesson is what's to come. So I like to say Shalom to all that listen learn. Hope this with you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, I have a quick article here by Forbes. And it reads, it says, central bank digital currency are about control. They should be stopped. So we're not going to go into this article, but we pretty much know what this is all about, total control. So we already knowing that the Saudi Arabia is not renewing their contract with America, the petrodollar or the petro agreement. So we already knowing all roads lead to this digital society, the CBDC. This blockchain technology. We already know it. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. His agenda, his plot, his plan. The new world order, total control, tracking and tagging shall go into your right hand or your forehead. So let's read this title once again. It says central bank digital currency or CBDC are about control. They should be stopped. So one thing about it, he will not be able to perform his enterprise. So we know that we constantly hearing things left and right about things are getting ready to go digital, getting ready to go cashless. A lot of things are happening. We already seeing the rollout in China, Sweden, and different other parts of the world. And also we know that it's coming to America very, very soon, Babylon the Great. We already know that, they already showing you things that you can pay with your hand or pay by palm. And also this is going to be dealing with your biometrics. You know what I'm saying? Also social credit score, universal basic income. A lot of these things are coming. And also it's going to work hand in hand that CBDC, this new currency or this new money that's getting ready to come into play. Also, we knowing that once again, we know that the BRIC nations are rising. Also, it was saying reports that Saudi Arabia has joined the BRIC nation. They started their own currency. So we already knowing that the dollar is almost obsolete. We knowing that it's going to be done away with. We already know they're getting ready to transition into this fourth industrial revolution. With different technologies that you have not even seen before. But we knowing that they're getting ready to come with it. The devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath in the middle of the Lord. We constantly warn you left and right. They constantly getting ready to roll these things out right before your eye. All road leads to the MOTB, that grain of rice. You know what I'm saying? We constantly warn you left and right. It is here. It is at the door. We already knowing about that Neuralink. These lying wonders. They putting it all in your face. So we seeing that these things are happening. This is blockchain technology. 5G, 6G. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, they're getting ready to put it under your skin and a part of the in order to be a part of this new system, you're going to have to take it under your skin. Revelation chapter 13, 15 through 18. These things are coming full circle. It's coming, you know what I'm saying? The Bible's a true book. A lot of people that was gainsaying, you know what I'm saying, that this is not that is not this, are constantly not believing. Well, one thing about it, you cannot do anything against the truth, but for the truth. And one thing about it, the truth is being declared each and every day through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So what's to come? What the MOTB, all hell breaking loose, World War III, all these things that happen. And also what the Lord, great and glorious return, our salvation is out the door. So the title of today's lesson, once again, is what's to come. So I have a quick precept. Let's go here to, before we start today's video, let's go here to Isaiah chapter 36 in the blue letter and verse 6. Isaiah chapter 36 and verse 6 said, Lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, wherein if a man lean or depend or trust, it will go into his hand. and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. So one thing about it is that we know that, Egypt is work hand in hand with the house of bondage. So we know that we're in our second Egypt right now, which in fact is Babylon the Great. And one thing about it, a lot of people shall lean, they shall trust, they shall trust in the strength of Egypt, and it shall be your confusion. If a man lean or if you submit, it shall go into your right hand or into your forehead. We already know that they have this RFD microchip, the QR codes, also these barcodes, all these things gonna work hand in hand with your biometrics. We're seeing it happening right before our eye. And who is the modern day king? Who is the modern day Pharaoh? Is the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. And a lot of people gonna trust in this new system, this new blockchain system, this new SWIFT system, this CBDC currency that's getting ready to come into play. It's also is going to work hand in hand with the universal basic income. And one thing about it, a lot of people going to get enticed. They're going to trust in this system, and it will be your total destruction. And one thing about it, everyone that take upon this mark, you will be totally destroyed. You will have to suffer that second death, which in fact is the lake of fire. Which in fact, what is the lake of fire? America, Babylon the Great. When all these ICBM missiles is going to hit this place, we're seeing that all these nations are turning against America, left and right. We're seeing that war is in the air. Also, we know that Russia now is sitting in our backyard with submarines, also with warship. It's time to wake your ass up, because one thing about it, it is here. It is at the door. Hey, man, we constantly warn you left and right. Let's read this once again. It's Isaiah chapter 36 and verse 6 said, Lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, wherein if a man lean or trust or depend, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. If you trust in this system, this new system that they get ready to put in this place, this new digital society, this new cashless society. And one thing about it, just wave your hand. It's very convenient. It's very harmless. But one thing about it that, if you trust in it, you will be trodden underfoot. We'll constantly warn you left and right. Trust and believe in Yahweh. By Hashem Yahushua. He's the only way, and he is the only answer. So now let's start today's video. And after the video, we will start the lesson. And I hope that you will get edified.
Magic. Huh? Magic.
I'm about to pay for my groceries with my... That's the coolest thing ever.
Cash.
Okay. 1 second. Is that me?
Sorry, we don't take card either.
I'm sorry? What am I supposed to use?
Can you step to the side so you can figure this out?
Can I speak to your manager? No! Excuse me. Do you guys take checks?
We don't need it.
I have the money.
We don't need it.
Okay, what the hell is that? Excuse, when was that implemented? I don't have that.
Sorry. But we're cashless now. I had to implement the new system just to stay in business.
It's okay, Mom. You don't need it. Let's just go.
I hope you understand. Oh, but hey,
microchips in your hand. It can open your car and open your apartment door, and now you can pay for groceries in it. And look at the NPC here, thinking this is the salvation, thinking this is the freedom. Might think, well, yeah, okay, microchip in the hand to access all my stuff or have all my information. Oh, sure, that's a nice microchip you have in your arm. Makes it real easy to get access to your car and apartment. You don't have to worry about losing your keys or your wallet or your ID. It's all right there. But what happens when all of a sudden...
When Elias Brotberger goes to work, he doesn't need ID. And he doesn't need money. In fact, much of what he needs to get through the day is hidden right there, just below the surface, in his hand.
Like to touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, weird. Yeah, it's like a grain of rice.
Yeah, grain of rice.
Embedded in his hand is a microchip that serves as his keys, his ID, and his wallet.
Yeah, it's all on chip, so I use it like to get around the building.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks.
Exactly.
So I can't open it.
No.
Okay.
So what I need to do is I need to first blip my chip, and it will log me in, and from there I get access to the fridge.
Popular TV shows like Black Mirror have imagined chips as part of a dystopian future.
Install ingrain procedure with local anesthetic, and you're good to go.
In Sweden, the microchips are already here.
The microchip implants use the same technology that's in contactless credit cards,
which have made cash pretty much obsolete in Sweden.
no cash.
At this tech fair, a chipping event for those on the cutting edge, merging their hands with this new technology.
I thought it would be fun, right?
The process is simple and swift. A pinch of the skin, and in a matter of seconds, the chip is inserted. The transformation is complete. As for the pain,
I barely felt it.
but even in this nation of early adopters, not everyone is racing to get chipped.
Feel less human. I will feel like a robot.
I think, so much more data can go into this, when it's in your body.
There's no central registry tracking how many people are chipped, but biohacker Hannes Wellblood estimates between 5,000 and 10,000.
In the future, do you think everyone is going to be chipped?
I think it'll be voluntary, but I am certainly convinced that millions of people will find it very, very valuable to have a smart device under their skin.
Human microchipping may be our future, but in Sweden, it's already reality. Sarah Harmon, NBC News, Stockholm.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out.
Here's a question. Would you let someone implant a microchip into your hand if you would receive $2,000 a month in return for getting a chip put in your hand? You heard me right. We'll give you universal basic income, basically. 2,000 euros, $2,000 a month if you allow us to put a microchip in your hand. That's exactly what's about to happen as part of the rollout of the central bank digital currencies. It's a carrot for them to rope you into this mess. We'll get to that part of the story in a minute. The chip implantation process, not the corn chip, as Dan said in our chat, but a actual metallic tracking chip. But a new report just published this week by the Bank for International Settlements explains how our new digital money system is about to work. We've been warning you that this was coming for a long time on this show. Also, we weren't the only ones predicting this. It was predicted in a little book, you might have heard of it, called the Bible, The Mark of the Beast. For one thing, this is how this new system will operate. According to them, the Bank for International Settlements, the new reserve currency, forget the dollar as you know it, basically. This will be the new reserve currency, which is how they want to label it and how they are labeling it. This would be used to settle all transactions. As everyone moves away from the US dollar right now, this seems like perfect timing to be moving to this new system. So are they purposefully torpedoing the US dollar in preparation for a global new reserve currency? One might wonder, right? We don't believe in conspiracy theories around here, but you have to wonder. It could include the confiscation of all property, physical property.
The possibility of having a microchip in your hand is now a reality. The first to do this were Swedish residents back in 2017. As each year passes, more Swedes have been receiving the implant as its multifaceted functions from opening doors, making purchases, or even checking out books is more convenient than carrying keys or credit cards around. In the US, these implants cost approximately $300. While they aren't always placed in the right hand, I believe this is a sinister step to what's to come. A company called BlackRock Neurotech implanted its first brain chip in 2004 and has already created an updated version. This has been used by paraplegics to help with their everyday functions. The fact that we have both implants here are not coincidental. With countries all over the world thinking about converting to digital currency to follow China's new digital yuan, and with AI being called to rewrite the Bible, it's only a matter of time now before one world currency and one world religion occur. I pray that you all study the prophecies of what's to come, be intentional with your faith, and keep your eyes on the end prize. God bless.
So we're seeing that we're very close. We're seeing, we constantly warning you left and right. And it's getting closer and closer. We knowing that this is getting ready to happen. We knowing that we're very close. We're constantly rejoicing. These Bible prophecies are speaking loud and clear. So let's start today's lesson. Let's start off here. We're gonna come back to the blue letter. Let's start here in 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 20. He says, so I considered the world, and behold, there were perils because of the devices that were come into it. So one thing about it is when you go into that word devices, goes into a plan, a plot, or a agenda. What is that agenda? The NWO, you know what I'm saying? The WHO, the WEF. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast. So we're very close to this time. So we're coming upon some perilous time, a time of trouble that we have never seen before. It's almost at the door. And one thing about it that we can almost sense it. We can almost feel it. We're seeing that time is constantly accelerating. It's speeding up. That's why the Lord said, for the elect's sake, those days shall be short. The Lord is doing a mighty work. So let's read this once again. 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 20 said, so I considered the world, and behold, there were perils because of the devices that were come into it. What has come into the world right now? These mischievous devices. Their plan, their plot, you know what I'm saying? This grain of rice, this Neuralink, you know what I'm saying? Shall go into your right hand or your foot. All the stage is set. All things are ready. So now, let's go back to the blue letter. Let's go here to Daniel chapter 8. Let's go here to Daniel chapter 8. And we'll scroll down to verse 23. And once again, I hope that you will get edified because, hey, man, it's at the door. And the men of the Lord constantly warning you left and right of these impending dangers that is fast approaching. And one thing about it, everyone is getting ready to make a decision. It's getting ready to be a global event. Everyone, if you're going to be a participant of this new system that's coming into play, you will have to take that, their agenda, their plot, their scheme, their plan. You understand what I'm saying? So let's start here. Daniel chapter 8 and verse 25 said, and through his policies also he shall cause crafts to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many, and he shall also stand up against the prince of prince, but shall be broken without hands. So that's what's getting ready to happen. The Lord's getting ready to cut him off. You know what I'm saying? He will not be able to perform his enterprise. So we know that when you go into policies, going into his philosophies, going into his democracy, his way of thinking, his laws, his decrees, one thing, this Tartarian law, he's total dictatorship, all these different things, want to put everyone under one banner, that badge of servitude. We get very close to the Karagma. It's right here in the area. And a lot of people right now are still in la la land, still are going on with their daily life, la 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 la, and all of a sudden the devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath. So we see it right here, and one thing about it, the prince, the Lord's going to return and cut him off. So we seeing that we are very close. We're very excited. So now let's go here to Revelation, to the meat of the lesson. Let's go here to Revelations. Let's go to the New Testament. Let's go straight to the meat. Revelation chapter 13, and we'll start up at verse 15, because this is where we at. This is what we're waiting on. This is a major prophecy. The elders and apostles, a great millstone. This is what they're constantly been warning us about for years. And right now it is at the door, whether you were here or whether you will forbear. If you don't believe, we really don't give a damn, because one thing about it, everyone is standing in their lot. Revelation chapter 13, and verse 15 says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and call that as many as would not worship the image should be killed. So one thing about it, who had power to give life to the image of the beast? You remember the WHO, they had, I think it's 195 or something, nation was going to give their sovereignty over to the WHO. We already know that this is going to be work hand in hand with that, the World Economic Forum. So these global elites, this is what they want. They want that total control. And one thing about it, we already know what the what is that? What is the beast? This beast system that they get ready to put into play is this a new blockchain system. This new world order. And out about it, we already know this is the revised Roman Empire. Let's read this once again. It says here, Revelation chapter 13 and verse 15 said, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and call that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So that's exactly what's going to happen. A lot of people, if you don't accept this mark, you will be taken to one of these facilities, these shipping stations, these FEMA camps. Also they already have these guillotines in place. A lot of people will be beheaded. A lot of things get ready come upon us. Also, they're gonna have these hokey pokey station. Also, we know that beast goes back into the revised Roman Empire. It's talking about America. One thing about it, hey, there's no new thing under the sun. This image is going into this new world order, this new beast system that they're putting into play, this beast banking system, this CBDC. It's going to work hand in hand with that grain of rice in the middle of with consular warning. And one thing about it, if you do not submit, you will be trodden underfoot. And one thing about it is that anyone that take this mark, Salaki, anyone that take this mark, you will be trodden underfoot. The Lord said, do not take it. And one thing about it, you got to trust and believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. Hey man, we seeing it right now. It's unfolding right before our eyes. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16, it said, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So let's look up this word mark. Let's go to the interstellar and the blue letter. Been a minute since I've been here, but we're gonna go into it for a minute, for edification purpose, because this is where we at. Let's go into this mark. Let's see here. We about to get there. Salakia for the slow motion here. Let's go here. There's a mark here. It says G5480. See what it says here.
Strong's G5480. Charagma.
Karagma. Let's see what it's got here. It says a stamp, an imprint, mark. Said or a mark stamp on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. So we know that there's many Antichrists. But you see what else we got here? It says here of a idolatrous image. Let's see what else we got. Is basically it is an idol. It says here's a scratch or etching, stamp, badge of servitude. So basically one thing about it is that, if you be a part of this system, that basically you're bowing down to the so-called white man. And one thing about it, you will be totally destroyed. One thing about it, so a lot of people, are not going to have faith, so they're going to wherever the wind blows, that's the way they're going. So let's go here. Let's go back up. Let's go into the etymology. Let's go here to this word here, G5482. Let's go here. Let's get a little bit more. It says Carax. Let's see what it says here.
Strong's G5482.
Carax. Yeah, kind of like a tongue twister. So it says here, to sharpen, to point. Let's see what else he got. A kid to, said through the idea of scratching. It said a pail or stake or a pastel. So basically this is telling you this is the applicator or the needle. You understand what I'm saying? So we don't want to go into too deep. This is what this is talking about. In that last video, it showed you right there, the applicator, what they administer that grain of rice with. So we seeing it right here. Hey man, the Lord is, it's a master chess player. Seeing it right here. Once again, scratching, stake, paste there. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the applicator. So let's go back out. Let's go back to the Revelation chapter. Let's read it once again. It says Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16, and he causes all, both small, great, rich, and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark to charagma in their right hand or in their forehead. So one thing about it, we already know about that grain of rice. We know about the noodling. All these things are here. Let's see what it says in the NLT. Said he requires everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark, charagma, the mark of the beast, on the right hand or the forehead. So one thing about it, we know that this is going to be a global event. One world currency, one world religion, one world government. And we know that we're very close to this time. We're seeing that the vibration is changing. We're seeing that, what happened with this petrodollar. Everyone is dumping the dollar. We know we're coming upon a great economic collapse. We know that we're here. It is at the door. All hell is getting ready to break loose. It says here, verse 17, Revelation chapter 13 and verse 17 said that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, the charagma, and the name of the beast, or the number of his name, being a part of the system. Buying and selling. The QR codes, these universal barcodes. You know what I'm saying? Scanning and tracking. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what this is going into, this system. So one thing about it, that we know that it's already in place, and a lot of people going to line up like clockwork, because they're here to help us. We're here to give you this free money. All you have to take is very convenient. It's very safe. You know what I'm saying? Everything will be all right. We're here to help you. And the Lord already told you in Sirach chapter, I think it's 12 and verse 10. Ecclesiasticus said that never trust thy enemy. As iron rusts, so is his wickedness. The so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. It says here, Revelation chapter 13 and verse 18 said, here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 66. So let's go into this 666. Let's go here. Let's get a little bit more. Let's go into the interstellar. Let's get a little bit more here for edification purpose. Let's go here. Let's drop down here. It's been a minute since I broke it down. Let's go here. See. But we know that famine of the word is coming. So it says here, is at G5516. Let's see what it says here.
Strong's G5516. Chi, Xi, Stigma. Chi, Xi, Stigma.
Chi, Xi, Stigma. So one thing about that 666. So this basically is talking about, to get we don't want to jump the gun. So let's go into the etymology of it. So, let's go into the etymology so we can go a little bit deeper. It says here, stigma. Let's go here.
Strong's G4742, stigma. Stigma.
So right here it says a mark pricked, said in or branded upon the body, to the ancient or oriental usage. Slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, said cut into their bodies to indicate what master, remember that, or general they belong to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the tokens of their gods. So one thing about it, this is going back into the Roman Empire. So we see it right here. The Roman soldier had that tattoo. I think it was SPQR. You know what I'm saying? It was branding on their shoulder, to let them, that's just what you're saying, a badge of servitude. So we already know there's no new thing under the sun. Let's get a little bit more on this tri-style stigma. Let's go here. I got a Google search right quick. Let's get this right quick. Then we're gonna jump back into the lesson. So let's get a little bit more on that 666 tri-style stigma. You know what I'm saying? So right here it says here, each Roman soldier was tattooed with dots called the mark of SPQR. The tattoo dots identified the soldier membership in a legion. Said now the Greek word stizon meant tattoo, and over time became the Latin word stigma, which soon applied a negative meaning to a brand or mark. So you understand what I'm saying? So we're seeing that we are here. It is at the door. So that's that badge of servitude. That branding, that tattoo. You already got what you call a digital tattoo. And so one thing about it. So let's go here to Leviticus right quick. Let's go here to Leviticus right quick. And we'll come right back. So the Lord said, you should not have tattoos, no type of cuttings or marking. Let's go here to Leviticus. I think it's Leviticus 20, if I'm not mistaken. Just going to it right quick. If I'm still, it's been a minute. But one thing about it, these are the time that we're living in. It's Leviticus 19 and 20, I think it's 28. And it reads, say, ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor prints any marks upon you. I am the Lord. So one thing about it, so it's right here. That's that same mark. You know what I'm saying? No type of cutting, no type of imprint. No type of these things here. Lord already said you're a holy people, a special people unto himself. And one thing about it, ye are the temple of the Most High. And one thing about it, the Lord said, do not take it. And one thing about it, if you take it, you will have to suffer that second death. So now let's go here. Let's go back to the blue letter. I might look it up in the blue letter, but it means the same thing as this badge of servitude, So we don't want to go too deep. You know how YouTube is. So let's go back to the blue letter. And let's go back out. One moment. It's good to go into things like this every now and then. Said Revelation chapter 13 and verse 18, said, here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, that system, and his number is 600, 6, that badge of servitude. And one thing about that MOTB, the charagma. And one thing about it, so you know what happened in ancient time. They marked those soldiers that belonged to them. You know what I'm saying? Their master. And one thing about it, he want to be what? Like the Most High, but he's imagine what a vain thing. So let's go here. So we get let's see here. Let's see where I want to go here. Let's go here to I just read it in the KJV. Let's go to the let's see what it reads in I think it's gonna say the same thing, but we'll go there. Leviticus 19, just for edification purpose. It's always good to go over things, you know what I'm saying, through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said, make it plain upon table, And one thing about it, that's what we're doing, let's see here. It's Leviticus, oh Lord, let it come back to me. Leviticus 19 and 28. That's the spirit. Let's see here. Let's go here. We're going to highlight it right quick. We'll see what that mark said. It says here, ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor prints any marks upon you. I am the Lord. So let's see what it says in a stela. I just want to see. I think it's the same thing. I hadn't been here in a minute, but I want to make sure. Let's go here. It said H7085. Let's see what it says. See what it says. This is a different one.
Strong's H 7085. Ka.
Let's see what it said. It said incision. It's an imprintment, tattoo, mark. Pretty much, yeah. But I'm telling you, man, this Bible's off the chain. Let's see what else it has here. So pretty much, this badge of servitude, no cuttings, no marks, things like that. Lord say, no type of tattoo, that it's a sin. Let's see what the etymology said. It's quick, then we're going to get back into it. Let's see what it said.
Strong's H 6970. Koah.
It's going in something else here. It's going totally different. But yeah, we pretty much got the picture. So, no cuttings, no tattoos, and also no type of incisions or in type of implantable devices, so you can understand it. So now let's go back out of here. So let's go back, Salakia. Let me go back. Let's go here now to 2 Thessalonians. Let's go here. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Salaki about to jumping around just for edification purpose. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. We'll start up at verse. Let's start up at verse 8. And it reads, says, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8 said, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And how about that wicked has been revealed? We already know who that is. Esau Edom, the modern day so-called white man. He's been revealed. We're seeing it right now, And one thing about it, we knowing that he's getting ready to come down with great wrath. We knowing that he's getting ready to fill his belly, his agenda, his plot, his plan. But the Lord said he shall be consumed with the spirit of his mouth. What the prophets, the one that's in the highways and byways, constantly making these video epistles, constantly chanting this place down each and every day. The truth is being declared. And also it says here, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So the Lord is going to come in the midst of World War III, in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, the Armageddon, the last and final war, the wars that were in all war. The Lord is getting ready to return. That's why the Lord said, wait on me until I rise up against the prey. That's why the Lord tell us to look to the east, to the brightness of his coming. The Lord is going to come from the east to the west with great glory and great power. We cannot wait. Verse 9 says, even him who is coming after the workings of Satan with all powers and signs and lying wonders. And how about we already know the physical counterpart of Satan is once again Esau Edom. And how about them signs and lying wonders, his technology. Also this Neuralink, and also this grain of rice, these RFD microchip tracking and tagging. When you look up that word, that acronym of SMART, it goes into surveillance, monitoring, analysis, reporting, and technology. So it's going into this technology. A lot of people are gonna believe in these lying wonders, these lying miracles. And one thing about it, so right now, you'll be able to walk again. You'll be able to see again. We'll make you out of a superhero. You'll be powerful. One thing about it, you'll be an immortal. And right now, all these things, speaking great words against Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So I read it in the NLT. The Blue Letter said, this man will come to do the works of Satan. This man, let's read it again. This man, see that? This man will come to do the works of Satan. The spiritual demons say with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. So that's what we're seeing right now. We're putting everything into place. Just wave your hand. It's very convenient. It's very safe. One thing about it, it's for you. We are constantly changing the way things are done. One thing about it, he's imagining a vain thing. So we're seeing it happening right before our eyes, man. We're living in some very exciting time. We're in that transition to power. The Lord is coming. The Lord is coming. Verse 10, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 10 said, and with all deceivingness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they may believe a lie. So a lot of people going to believe that lie, because they didn't want to receive the truth. They were that same rebellious house that did not want to return to Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh Shai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, because they believe, they did not believe in the truth, so they will be saved. But one thing about the Lord already knowing that the election has attained it, and the rest was blinded to this day. Right now, our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Verse 11 said, for this cause the Almighty shall send them a strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. So one thing about it, a lot of people gonna believe that lie. So they're gonna trust, they're gonna lean, they're gonna depend, and it shall pierce their hand. And one thing about it, we are here. We are so very close. All hell is getting ready to break loose. The devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. We're constantly warning you. We're here. Verse 12, it said that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasures in unrighteousness. Those are the two to this day. Still, have eyes to see, but see not. Have ears to hear, but hear not. But one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to show up. He's getting ready to show you. And one thing about it, every tongue shall confess, every knee shall bow down. Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, not white man Jesus. It's only going to get you killed. So now let's go here to the punishment for taking this charagma, this mark, this grain of rice, that's fast approach, the CBDC, this new money. It's going to work hand in hand with that grain of rice. And a lot of people going to starve to death. A lot of people are going to have a vexation spirit. A lot of people going to give up to go. Many shall be taken in a great number. So now let's go here to Revelation chapter 14. We'll start up at verse I think it's verse 9. One moment. Start here. Let's highlight some of this right quick. Salakia. We almost done. See here. Let's get a few of them here. Let's see. Let's get this one too. We're going to read all the way down here. Let's start at verse 9. Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9, it said, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, said, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark, the charagma, in his forehead or in his hand, verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Almighty Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. Verse 11 said, and the smoke of their torment said, as ascended up forever and forever, a very long time. It said, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receives the mark of his name. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it is plain and simple. So one thing about it, we knowing that if you lean, if you depend, if you trust, you know what I'm saying? One thing about it, if you take it under the skin, you would have to suffer this second death, which in fact is the lake of fire. America, Babylon the Great is that lake of fire. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, it shall burn the whore. So we already seeing that this great multitude is constantly kindling over. We're seeing that Russia, you know, in collaboration with Cuba, and also Venezuela, and also Mexico, you know what I'm saying? We're seeing all these nations are constantly what? Turning against the whore. We seeing it left and right before our eyes. Man, the Lord is getting ready to do a mighty work. We seeing that the stage is set. And one thing about a lot of people say, oh, it's not going to happen. We're okay. Everything is going to be right. It's not going to happen in my lifetime. Hey, you're kidding yourself. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, one thing about it is that, you know, our people, you know, right now don't know who they are. They don't know who their true power is. And also they don't know what time that we're living in. We're living in end time, real time. So now let's go to our last and final script, and we'll close out. Let's go here to Revelations chapter 3. I don't want to make it too long. Revelation chapter 3, and we'll close out at Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. Salakia. Let's see here. Here it is right here. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So one thing about it, the Lord said, you know, because thou had kept the patience, you know what I'm saying? You persevere, you know what I'm saying? You kept enduring, you know what I'm saying? Like a soldier, you know what I'm saying? The hardness, you know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, you know, you was patient. You constantly strive for this truth until death. That's why the Lord said the same that endure, the same shall be saved. And one thing about it, that we're here, and the Lord is going to protect his elect. And one thing about it, we knowing that supernatural intervention is getting ready to come into place. And one thing about it, we knowing that the Lord is going to show up. And one thing about it, we knowing that, you know, it's right around the corner. And we seeing right now that everything is in place. We're seeing that the prophecies are speaking loud and clear. So let's read it in the NLT and we'll close out. It said, because you have obeyed my command to preserve, I will protect you from the great time, Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, said, of testing that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world. And man, that's plain and simple. So one thing about it, you know, if you are a part of this world, you're a part of this system, you know, going on with your day, like getting along with everyone, you know what I'm saying, constantly, you know, trying to accomplish something, and then you're of the world and you're going to be tested in ways that you do not know how. That's why it says in Luke chapter 17, I think around verse 31 or 32, that, you know, they said the one that loses his life shall save his life, and the one that saves his life shall lose his life. And so a lot of people right now is getting ready to be taken in a great number, because one thing about it, they do not believe, they do not trust in a true power, which in fact is Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. The Lord is getting ready to return. He's getting ready to set everything back into order. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready is going to what? To protect his elect, because what? We kept the faith. We kept pushing. And one thing about it, hey, we seeing that we're here. The Lord is getting ready to do a mighty work. So the title of the daily lesson, once again, is What's to Come. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.